to our reading of the short play, My Last Meal. I'm the playwright, Catherine Haigney. Our cast today is Arshia Paniker as Hester Flynn, Tim Ashby as Justin McCoy, and Mary Beth Bova as Madge. Take it away.
I gave up on my lumpy cot last night. The floor is smoother. You know, if I were a hamster, they'd give me like cedar shavings and paper fluff. All I have is this crappy blanket. Oh, you're wondering why I'm here? You trust me to tell you? I'm like the monster under the bed, aren't I? No worries. I'm not a monster. I'm just another refugee from Florida. You know the headline. Florida woman flees the flooded state of Florida. Old news, no news. Oh, but hey, breakfast is on the way. Room service, you might call it. My last meal. What's that? Did you gasp? Calm down. Not an execution. It's my last meal up here on dry land. That's all I meant. Good morning, Madge.
Transition to 10. Get ready to move.
What did you call it? A transition?
Back you go. Back where you came from. You need a frickin' translator?
No, I get it. You mean deportation.
Florida scum. You can cross it over here. You know what happens. You just keep coming.
Look on the bright side, Madge. You have a steady job and a pretty good one, I'd say, because of us.
I wanted border patrol. Here I am loading breakfast trolleys.
I'm grateful you're not on border patrol. I bet you're a good shot. I wouldn't stand a chance.
You talk funny.
That's nothing. You should hear what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah? There's someone here.
Someone's here who wants to know. What are you thinking, Hester Flynn? Hester Flynn, I presume?
None other. Who are you?
Justin McCoy, reporter for Cox Media. I'd like an interview.
With me.
Yes, you.
Who the hell does an interview this early?
We're streaming in an hour for our podcast, New Dawn America. You've heard of it?
No. Ooh, hang on. Let me get comfortable.
Are you ready now?
I guess.
Streaming free 1, 2, 3. It's another New Dawn America, brought to you by Cox Media and our sponsors at Allmart, your everything superstore. Good morning. I'm Justin McCoy, live casting from Enterprise, Alabama, inside its state-of-the-art transit center built to process millions of illegals, more than any other hub on the border with Florida.
Ah, shit.
With me now is the notorious Hester Flynn. As most of you know, Flynn was caught climbing down the wall on our side of the border. Again. Hester, you're being deported back where you came from this morning. I gotta say, your hearing last week was a sensation. People loved it. Ratings went through the roof.
Ratings? It was
Just
broadcast?
Yeah, just the highlights. Cross-examination, sentencing. You stole the show. You and star Judge Nero.
How is that even legal? I thought you
A lot of changes since the last time you were caught. We do border news 24/7 now with hidden cameras for full transparency.
Transparency?
Our mission at Cox, what all patriots want to know, all day, every day.
So you watch refugee trials for fun?
Fun? No. Americans need to know what's really going on at the border.
And what's that? What do you think is going on at
Let's
the
begin
border?
with how you're feeling now, Hester. What's it like waiting here for transition?
Could be worse. Why aren't you interviewing, I don't know, a real criminal? Like, you have a lot of shootings up here in real America.
Oh, that's all. It's all on Guns and God, our evening show.
Guns and God.
Come on, you've heard of it. Only the most popular news
You think
network.
Times being so crazy, people would want bake-offs or something just a little sunnier, like gardening in
Oh,
America.
sure. There's that magazine. Guns and Gardens, I hear you. But seriously, the Florida border is a war zone, Hester, and we as a country deserve to know what's really happening. So tell us, why do you and people like you cross over here?
We're looking for higher ground.
Yeah, but when you get here, you're illegal.
We're useful. You need us for cleanup crews, don't you? You're desperate for help with wildfires. And what about last responders?
Hold it right there, Hester. Fact check for our audience. American jobs go to Americans first and foremost.
Fact this, Justin. Florida used to be America too, remember?
Background for our listeners. In 2040, the executive order of secession of Florida from the
Secession?
Union.
You mean expulsion?
Florida failed dry land quotas 5 years in a row.
You make it sound like our fault. How do you stop a whole state from sinking?
I am not a scientist, Hester. I am a journalist. Sea levels rise, sea levels fall. But what can we stop? That's the real question here. People are saying it's high time to stop all this migration. That's what we can do. You got to admit, every looter now is from Florida. And what about all the drug dealers? From Florida.
Quite sure about that? All of them?
Well, we sure see the big picture. Crime rates are going up because of aliens from the South.
Right. It's not the guns. Got it. Are we done?
Almost. Just tell us what you expect now, going back to where you came from. Mm-hmm.
I expect my little cage here loads onto a big ferry with a whole lot of other cages, and we get shipped back and released. And then my old housemates throw me a welcome back party, and we swap stories and we feast on seaweed and we drink grog like pirates. We've all transitioned before, you know, me and my mates. We have our own rehab houseboat.
Oh, rehab programs. No wonder Florida can't recover. Socialism.
Yeah, it's a socialist nightmare down there. Worse than Cuba even. Hey, Justin, you know what Cubans do with their prisoners now? They ship them to Florida. Literally, They send old cruise ships full of them to float forever right off of Miami.
Now, may I ask what you have there for breakfast? That looks better than what I get, and that's
Eggs
taxpayers' money.
Florentine, Justin, with a grapefruit garnish. Delicious. I've heard good reviews. I might try Cuba next. I could join a protest there. You know, they have plenty, you know, and wind up in a suite, an ocean liner suite with all kinds of interesting people.
Okay, I get why your ratings are so high. Maybe I'll interview you again someday, since, well, you're a repeat offender.
Why not visit Florida? You'd like it there. All waterfront everywhere.
Well, you still haven't answered the big question. What personal reason made you risk everything to get to real America?
The way you guys live up here, so much solid ground. The way you move around. Most of our houseboats are stuck. They float all chained together in neighborhood blocks until superstorms hit. Then we tether up again and start repairing. We swap tools, we sofa surf. It gets old.
Yeah, I get that. So tell us about what happened at the hearing, your viral moment. Why did you demand we return you to Florida? All of a sudden, it makes no sense.
You know, your way of life here is not so great. I mean, sure, it's nice going wherever you want, but
Exactly. You yearn for freedom.
you are missing something, though.
Oh, what are we missing?
McCoy, do you know how you know a duck is lame?
How?
You can't tell it's lame when it's swimming. It's only when it's walking around on land. Then you can see it's lame if it is. So I realized I am a lame duck here. And everyone wants to take a pot shot at me. I climbed over that wall 3 times to make it here. Got sent back twice. Now you want me on the chopping block.
I don't know about your people down there, but lame duck means something way different in this country.
Yeah, I got that from Madge, the loudspeaker too. We're talking in different language now. Okay, fine. You know what? I can't wait to go back. It's not home exactly, but you don't have homes here either. You have cages, courtrooms and cages. That's what you use your dry land for. What a waste.
Oh, you regret climbing the wall. Now that's a policy win right there. We are stemming the tide.
No regrets. I just had my last meal here, for sure. Now, scram. Go interview Madge and ask her about great American jobs. You know, the real news.
And cut. We're done. I can take a hint. But one last question, though, off air. You don't really want to go back to Florida, do you?
Your people here, they have it pretty good, okay? But look how you treat each other. Every man for himself. Devil take the hindmost. What keeps you here? What keeps you together? Fear. You hate people like me. We remind you just how fragile you really are. My catastrophe is yours too, but you won't admit it. You're on the right side of the border, the north side, for now. And you think it's because you're better somehow. You see me and think, oh, that won't happen to us.
What? And your boat people in Florida, I mean, are they any better?
We look out for each other. We have to.
Yeah, real floater's paradise. Well, you're welcome to it. Ping me, okay, if you do end up in that Cuban concentration camp. So long, Hester, sorry.
That's me then. The monster under the bed.
Florida. Bunch of boat people.
Lock it up, Madge.
That's shut up in English. Jeez.
Tomorrow, I'll be human again. Your turn now. Who are you? And where did your people come from?
This is Far Away by Judith Pratt. Lisa Frank is playing Yanni. AJ Sage is playing Maury.
Hello? Yanni?
Maury, are you there? Yes, there you are.
Oh, it's so good to talk. How are you?
Fine. Doing great. The terraforming is going well. Turns out that the planet doesn't need as much work as we thought.
Burnell Station is holding up, just routine maintenance. I only have to go out once a week.
Good. I worry about you.
Oh, this lag is so annoying.
When can you come home?
What? I'm not sure.
Kids miss their daddy.
Where are they?
School right now.
They must be in the school.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, this was the only time I could sign up for the Ansible. Maybe next time I can talk to the kids.
What? Got it. Damn. Always interference here.
Your team do anything about that?
Too much else to do. It's on the list, though.
Oh, that list. It's always too long. So, how are the kids doing?
Julia is excellent at computer work. She'll take over my job soon. Auntie is all about pyramid ball right now, going for the championship of his cohort.
Takes after his old man.
As long as he stays on the ground, I'm for that.
Well, he's under the ground right now.
With a pyramid ball court, thank you. And thanks to the cohort that made it so kids can work off some force.
Is Julia still doing her acrobatics?
Yeah. We're pushing for a 0G room, but it's got to wait a few years.
I could teach her a few things about that.
I think that's why she wants to do it. So she can learn about your work, floating upside down, space. So now you only go out once a week now instead. I mean, the station doesn't need any more than that.
Mostly. Sometimes twice.
That often?
It's not so dangerous, sweetheart. Everyone is careful. Hey, they can't afford to lose any of us.
Still worry.
Besides,
Oh, sorry.
you're underground there. I worry about you too.
It's the same. It's safe enough. They can't afford computer crashes. They need me.
Good. I miss you so much.
I miss you more.
I miss you more than that.
So, we want you to come home. When did you put in for the transfer? Maury, are you there? Did you hear?
I haven't actually done that yet.
What? Last time we talked, you said you were going to.
The timing is wrong. I'll do it. I will, but just not yet.
What's wrong with the timing? I said,
I
what?
heard you. Well, we lost Svenir and Josepha almost a 10-day ago.
You said it was safe. You said they couldn't afford to lose people.
A couple of tiny asteroids came from nowhere. It's too small for the sensors. God, went right through their suits. But that never happened before.
That doesn't mean it won't happen again. Maury, honey, the credits aren't worth it. The kids need their daddy. Put in for the transfer. We said it was only going to be for a year. You know that. Only a year on the station.
Sorry, sweetheart. I can't just let the rest of the team down.
No. You're just letting your children down.
We knew this might be a couple years.
3. Going on 3 years.
But I know that you're all safe. You know how much that means to me.
Screw safe. I'm sorry, but we'd rather be with you. I'd rather be with you. I hate this. If you won't put in for a transfer, I will. I miss you. The kids miss you. I said, did you hear? I hate this lag.
That's not a good idea, you coming here.
Well, don't you want us?
Of course, I want you. It's just that kids...
Anybody else?
No, there is no one else, damn it. But kids living on this space station doesn't work very well.
There are 5 kids on that station. That's what you said. You said 5. What doesn't work about it?
There's no room. They can't get enough exercise. They're acting out. They're going stir crazy.
You said that you had a workout area.
Yeah, strength training, a treadmill. Kids, they need to run around more than that.
You think our habitat is so huge? Inti ends up in the downtime room too often. Being a teenage boy is hard enough without being cooped up.
You didn't tell me that.
I didn't want to worry you.
Said the terraforming, it's going well?
Maury, it'll be years. We can't let kids out there at all. They can't understand the risks, and no one has time to check their suits or herd them around.
Julia is almost 18.
Remember when you were 18? You were all about risk.
Sometimes I wish we'd stayed on Kepler.
Me too.
Oh, but we'd have stayed poor. Lived in Maduku, so crowded it might as well be this space station. I never would have made anything of myself. Neither would you. You'd have to stay in our hut and tend to the children and forage for food.
Maybe we'd have been happier.
know that we wouldn't.
I don't know if I can.
Can what?
It's so hard.
Said it was safe.
Apart for so long, only talking once a 10-day, if that, if the Ansible communication works, if our moon doesn't create too much interference, if you get the time, if I get the time, it's so hard.
I don't know what else to do, Yanalit.
Maury, I forget about you for days and days. I'm worried that the kids will forget about you.
Next time, I will make sure that we talk when they aren't in school.
You said that last time.
What do you want from me?
I want us to find a way for us all to be together. There, here, somehow be together.
Well, I don't see how that can happen. There isn't room for you here. They have all the computer engineers that they need.
Then put in for a transfer. Not right away, but before we talk again.
10 days isn't long enough.
This time it's been almost 10 days since we talked.
Because we lost Svenir and Josepha.
It was almost that long the last time.
As a space station is more complex than a planet. Even more complex than a new planet. It requires continual maintenance.
A marriage is more complex than a space station or a new planet.
I know that, hon.
Then act like it.
Damn it. We're almost out of time.
Yes, we are.
What?
Bye.